Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between Psychotic and myself, Crota. Here on Blistering Sands. We have Psychotic spawning as the red Zerg player on the bottom left hand corner of Blistering Sands. Meanwhile, I chose random and got Zerg. So this is my very first Zerg versus Zerg matchup. Now, since this is my first Zerg versus Zerg matchup, I'm not quite sure how to handle this mirror match. I'm assuming that it's going to be the pretty much standard Zerglings to Roaches, but from there I don't know what I really want to build. Hydralisks are an option along with mutalisks, and basically because this is my first match, I go ahead and try to use mutalisks. This is the second time I'm playing Zerg here on the StarCraft 2 beta. Moving out with this Overlord, and as we have an Overlord moving out here as well. I guess a lot of you guys have been saying that I don't need to comment about every single part of the game in the very beginning, as you guys can watch and see what's happening. So, tell you a little bit about myself. I have been part of the, I guess I've been a pretty big gamer for quite some time, and not just, video gaming. I've been involved in a couple trading card games. I've played in a couple trading card games, and I was also a playtester and eventually a game designer for a card game called 24, based off of the Fox TV show, Jack Bauer, made by Press Pass. The game unfortunately was cancelled due to the writer's strike and just a lack of interest. The other game where I had heavy involvement in was a game called Full Metal Alchemist. It's a trading card game based off of Japanese anime and manga. So if you guys want to go ahead and check those out, I do not think that those are any longer in production, but those of you guys who are curious about me and my involvement, that is how I am involved in the game industry, I guess on a semi-professional level, as it was never my full-time job. Game-wise, I am also playing a lot of board games, a lot of those common Euro board games. You guys may be familiar with Settlers of Catan and Puerto Rico. I'm currently playing Dominion, and in some Agricola, not quite so much, as the learning curve on Agricola is a little bit longer. Anyways, I think I've bought enough time and I can finally comment on the game once again, as now my computer decides to chop up just a little bit. There we go. Coming back in, now getting that queen. So my queen's coming out, and a queen also coming out for Psychotic. So the build orders seem pretty much about the same, and I feel pretty happy about that, as this is only my second time playing Zerg. Taking a look at the unit count, he has 15 drones to my 15 drones. He has one more Overlord compared to me. But that's enough of a discrepancy. I'm going to go ahead and try to drop down an early hatchery, try to set up this hatchery. If I'm able to set up this hatchery and get that economic advantage early, and also guard my location with 7 roaches, I know that I will in fact have a very, very strong lead. Psychotic leaving that Overlord over here, that's a very, very nice position for that Overlord, unable to be really shot down by any unit and able to escape if need be. Taking a look at this, we have an Overlord from Psychotic now coming over onto my main ramp right here. Now I'm finally getting that Roach Warren. So Roach Warren for me, I believe, Roach Warren for Psychotic as well. So Psychotic getting that Roach Warden. None of us are really going to be going Zerglings, as those Roaches with that 15 or 16 base damage just rips through those Zerglings so quickly. Now a hatchery upgrading to layer for Psychotic. Meanwhile, I am not upgrading to layer just quite yet, because I did in fact get this early hatchery. Zerglings now trying to come in, and I'm being forced to cancel that, so trying to run away that single drone down to 11 hit points, still trying to run away, and those Zerglings deciding to finally back off. I now have a single Zergling sitting over here as well. I should have probably moved it into this position and tried to, I did get him to cancel that hatchery, and now his drone down to 16 hit points, now trying to run back away, able to cancel it once more. Am I going to get the kill off? Am I going to get the kill? Oh no, I switched off and unable to get that last drone kill. So both of us not getting that early hatchery as we originally wanted to. I have an army of 6 roaches. My opponent as well, and gonna get an army of about 6 roaches. Let me take a look. No, I have 6 roaches. He has 2 and a single queen. I go ahead and take this time to move out with what I assume to be a pretty sizable force. He, on the other hand, he's now getting 4 roaches and still trying to produce more. So getting more roaches, he's going to have 5 roaches to my 6, and it's all going to be about micro in this upcoming fight. He's sitting on about 400 or 700 minerals. I'm pretty much trying to macro as much as I can. Gonna come in with these roaches, perhaps trying to micro down these units. So I'm gonna go ahead and focus fire on those roaches, able to take down one roach, and then trying to focus fire another roach. More roaches joining in on this fight. I'm able to take down 2 of those roaches, and I still have not lost a single roach as I continue to push up. I do not want to push up as I don't want him to be able to get additional reinforcements, as I'm worried about 7 roaches quickly coming out from that Zerg, from the hatchery, able to quickly take down that hatchery. He did not cancel it, so all of those minerals were in fact lost. Now going to once again move back up, trying to focus down any low hit point roach. One roach down to 89 hit points and down to 90 hit points, and it's going to really just continue to move away. I'm going to try to micro these roaches a little bit. I think I stick around a little bit too long, as now he is outnumbering me in roaches, and this is not going to look good or bode well in this fight. So Queen now coming in to also join in on that fight. I have 3 roaches, and he has 4 roaches with a single queen. I do in fact have 2 additional roaches as well. Those roaches not moving as quickly on the creep. Now getting an evolution chamber, most likely going to be upgrading that missile attack. The missile attack on Roach is so strong. I mean, the level 1 missile attack upgrades the damage from 16 to 18. I do in fact have my hatchery out, and now getting the secondary queen. Coming back over here, we can take a look, and Psychotic is currently upgrading a spire. So taking a look at where that spire is. Where is that spire? Yeah, both of us are getting the spire, but I don't see the spire being built over here. The spire is such a small building, it almost looks like a spine crawler as it's being built. You got to really be careful. It doesn't have as large of a footprint as a roach warren or a spawning pool. Coming back over here, I'm trying to mass up as much gas as I can, trying to mine as much gas, and I'm going to be getting my spire as well. My spire at 320 hit points. Taking a look at his spire is definitely ahead of me at 500 hit points now, so maybe about a 10-second difference. I am in fact getting the Zerg missile upgrade, so that Zerg missile upgrade going to help improve the damage of my roaches, and now he is also getting that hatchery. I'm on the other hand massing up more units and also trying to upgrade the speed of my overlords. Upgrading the speed on the overlords is very, very important in that Zerg matchup, as mutalisks tend to try to go overlord hunting from what I've seen so far. Taking a look at over here, a single overlord able to escape that queen unable to shoot down that overlord, and now once again injecting larva, trying to get more gas and try to spawn more mutalisks. Now the mutalisk harass does not work nearly as well as in the original StarCraft. The original StarCraft, as long as the mutalisks were flying towards the direction that they were trying to attack, they didn't need to stop to attack. So you could like move it towards something and then attack, and then move it back away. Also, when you grouped it with a burrowed Zergling or a burrowed unit, they tend to clump up a lot more, so that you can control that mutalisk patch very, very easily. That is no longer the case. I tried to do it. I teched burrow, and it really did not work. I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. So Muta Harass, and with stacking mutalisks, not nearly as effective as the original StarCraft. Taking a look at this, we have single mutalisk. The base damage on a mutalisk is 9 with a range of 3, able to attack ground and air. My roaches are in fact 16, only able to attack ground. Also getting that missile attack upgrade, and I should have considered getting the missile attack upgrade on the spire as well. We have a couple overlords now moving around the map in order to keep track of any good any good Zerg player should do. I have a couple mutalisks and Psychotic now just coming, or Psychotic hiding a couple overlords in my base. I'm going to take this time and this slow time in the game to say stay tuned for part 2 and the conclusion of this replay between myself and Psychotic here on Blistering Sands.